What is the top trait of millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, super successful people? What do they all have in common? Even the greats in sports, the Tom Bradys, the Michael Jordans. Think of anybody great, and I almost guarantee you, I do guarantee that they have this trait. I'm around so many people that have tons of money, tons of success in business. I'm always meeting with business owners, very successful business owners, and I always ask them, I'll say, what do you contribute to your success? You know, what do you think made you successful? Right? And a lot of them say, hey, I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the best, I didn't go to the best schools. I never gave up. So the top trait of super successful people is persistence. The ability to hold on when everybody else is giving up. You think of starting a business. When you're starting a business, you're starting from zero. Most people don't care that you're starting a business. The people that do care are almost watching for you to fail because you've stepped out and followed your dreams when they are too scared to, or they don't have any dreams, or they don't know how to get there. So they don't want you to be successful because then it makes them feel bad. So they want you to fail. Very few people in your life actually care about you being successful. Usually that's your immediate family. And sometimes immediate family actually doesn't want you to be successful. It's very hostile, and that occurs in some situations, right? So you get no positive reinforcement from really the environment around you. The current market is already participating without your business, so you have to come in and change the market, which is really hard to do, or you have to come in and provide a product or a service that somebody is interested in buying. Usually businesses don't turn a profit till year 2 or 3, maybe even year 4, which I think is crazy. In my channel, I've reviewed tons of businesses in which you could profit year 1, but a lot of people get in their own way, and what they do is they quit. They say, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I have to do everything. I have to do the sales. I have to do the accounting. I have no help. And they revert to what is easiest, which is taking a job, a W-2 employee, where you show up and you go home. Well, the people that end up being very successful, they don't quit at 5 p.m. They don't start working at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. They start working whenever they need to. Whenever the work is there, they work. In my business, I have worked almost every single day since I started my business. I don't care if it's Saturday, if it's Sunday, if something comes up, because a lot of my business, I own an insurance agency. So if somebody is looking for a quote on a Saturday or Sunday that I'm going to make $1,000 on, are you stupid? I am going to answer that call. I'm going to answer that call and I'm going to close that piece of business. But so many people, the reason that they want to set boundaries and they want to have this mentality of, oh, holier than thou, I need my day off. Well, if you want to be average, right? You don't want to be top millionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire. You're going to have an average life. That's okay. You can do that. But the people that are successful have persistence. Persistence is showing up when other people don't. So showing up on a Saturday when other people don't. Showing up consistently in your business when other people don't. Showing up doing marketing when you don't like marketing. Doing accounting when you don't like accounting. Doing all the hard stuff in business, which is super hard. Same thing in your life and fitness, right? You don't like to squat, well, then something's going to happen to your body because your whole body's a rubber band. So if you don't do certain things, you're going to fail. So the persistence is why these people are successful. They don't give up. They hold on when the going gets tough. That's another thing. So many businesses, I think the average business, 80 to 90% of them, the ones that survive that first year, do not survive past year 3. The reason they don't is because they don't know how to hold on. They had a little success and it made them grip the handlebars, and then they had a little bumps and they dropped it. They said, oh, this isn't what I really signed up for. I thought it was all going to be fun and games. That's not how business is. Business is rough and you have to hold on. It's up, down, and you got to hold on. The people that are successful, like I said, the people that I've met with, and I always ask them because we do insurance for a lot of big businesses, and I always ask, why did you start your business? Why are you successful? And the main reason they started their business was because they wanted an opportunity to work for themselves and have a direct impact on their paycheck, first off. Because if you run a successful business, you will make a lot of money. They wanted the freedom of being able to run the business they want to, the freedom to be able to say, hey, if I want to take a day off, I want to take a day off. But that's not really what it is. And you ask most of these people, how often do you actually take a day off if you have that freedom? I hear so many people saying that. I want to have freedom so that when my boss, I don't have to ask for time off. Well, if you're a business owner, yeah, you don't have to ask for time off, but you don't really have time off, because if you have time off, you're not going to be successful in business, okay? You have spurts of work. Like on today's Saturday for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film some content, and then I'm going to go into my office and I'm going to work on some insurance stuff. And if something comes up, I'm going to work on it. But I'm only going to go in there for like 1 or 2 hours. I'm going to come back home. And that's how it is. So many people think that, oh, they have to turn it off and turn it on certain days. It is always on, and that's okay. You have to be mentally prepared for that. But that is the top trait of millionaires and billionaires. If you really read into these biographies of people, the Elon Musk of taking all of his money, putting in Tesla, SpaceX, and the satellite company, I forget what it's called, but those 3 companies took all of his money from the money that he made in the past and put it in those companies. And if they failed, they failed. But what he did was held on. He went to Tesla, slept on the floor of the factory, and worked on getting those cars out. These guys have persistence. So if you want to be successful, in this life, you want to have millions of dollars, you have to learn how to be persistent. You have to learn how to be saying, I hear so many people, they reach out to me. And if you need help on anything, reach out to me. I'd be happy to have a free phone call with you. But I hear so many people when I have phone calls with people, they're like, well, I just don't know what to do. How should I do this? And it's like, to be honest, I'm going to be honest for a second. If you don't know what to do and you've been sitting there for week after week saying, I don't know what to do, at some point, you have to blame yourself. At some point, you have to say, what do super successful people do? They find a way. They're persistent. They find answers. If I don't know something, I'm daggone going to know it within a day or two. I'm not going to sit around for weeks and wait for somebody to have a phone call with. I'm going to know it within a week or two, or within a day or two. And if I don't, I'm calling somebody. I don't care if it's Saturday or Sunday, and I'm going to figure it out. Okay? So if I want to start a business, I'm calling right now. I'm looking up stuff. I am finding the answer. I am not waiting to hear and get advice from somebody. If you're waiting to get advice from somebody, let me tell you, nobody's going to tell you that magic pill, that magic thing that's ever going to give you the piece of advice to be successful. At some point, you have to jump in and you have to do it. Every business is different, and I'm not going to give you magical advice. Nobody else is. At some point, you have to put your head down and say, I'm going to start. And when I start, I will not quit, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to change what I'm doing, right? Pivoting and changing in business is super important, but you cannot quit. You have to be persistent, and you have to be committed to seeing it through, even when things are hard. But don't be afraid to change, okay? So I see some people, they just do the same thing. They hammer the same nail. They're like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? Well, stop hammering the nail. Do something else. Do something else in your business. I pivoted so many times in my business where I'm like, hey, we're going to do this. This doesn't work, or it worked for a little bit. It's not working now. This worked for a little bit. It's not working now. Okay? So we have to pivot. We have to change. We have to be constantly looking at new ways to bring in revenue, constantly looking at new ways to exceed our goals, to get to the next level. And it does not take us sitting around going and calling and asking people what we should do. We do it. We do it right now. So if you're wanting to be successful, and you're wanting to be in that top 1%, and if you're watching this video and you made it this far and you didn't click away, that means that you're a part of that. And that means that you need to start committing to saying, hey, whatever it is, whatever my goals are, whatever my dreams are, and if you don't have dreams and goals, you need to define them. Don't sit around and say, I don't know what I want out of life. Life is short. Define your goals right now. Then sit around and say, how am I going to achieve these? And start working on it right now. Start getting to the next level in your life. If you like this type of content, I post a video almost every single day. My name's Nate Jones. I would love to help you out on your journey throughout life, business, and entrepreneurship. So please give me a like and a subscribe. Thanks.